Got some beautiful and unusual little bits of bird in an environment which requires a lot of water. And it appears that this low spot probably has water at least below the soil level for most of the year. We are right off the interstate, right off exit 285 on I-40, and this evening's walk turned out to be kind of an interesting one. About as far as you can see down there, clearly, there's a pair of reflective signs that I at first thought were headlights. That's about a half a mile from the place I parked. So down there and back was my basic mile. We are out at the end, let's put end in quotes, of Joyneven Street. This gate is supposed to be latched, but clearly it was an immovable object meeting an irresistible force at some point. I've been down to the real end there where they have it all barbed wired off. It's an interesting little stretch of the road, an interesting little piece of the town all to myself. Anyway, what I really wanted to say here was I just wanted to take this basic walk at the very end of the month as a way to introduce a video which is just going to be odds and sods. I know I've got some stuff from suburban Vegas in the middle of the night. I'm going to throw it all together. You don't feel like watching it, I don't blame you. If I get 4 views in a week, I'll throw it on the pile. That particular playlist pile. Well, ain't you pretty? One of you people that's smarter than me ought to comment down below and tell me what those are. Anyway, on with the show. Copper Kettle Coffee Company, Deming, New Mexico. Looks promising. Haven't tasted it yet. Lordsburg. It is, I just learned from my searching, colder on average in January at night in Lordsburg than it even is in Silver. We ripped through Tucson in a hurry, so that'll have to be the topic for another show. The Hotel McCoy and all the very cool stuff in Tucson. But part of the reason why we're in such a hurry is so that we would have time to stop here. Out in Eloy, middle of nowhere. Truck stop and all. These are among the best tacos I've ever had in my life. Absolutely top notch. The pollo asado tacos are not on the menu, but I ordered them anyway, and 9 times out of 10 they can fix me up, including this time. When I first saw Phxx 5 decades ago or so, I thought it was pretty much the devil's own hellscape. And in those intervening decades, my opinion is that it's grown worse. It's a giant sprawling city with very, very few of the amenities that you would associate with a giant sprawling city. One man's opinion. Take it for what it's worth. It's not Greece. It's not monsoon. There's a Dottie's casino. There's a big real casino called the Joker's Wild. There's somebody parked at a stop sign. There are the children of the night. The semi-homeless of Henderson and the Greater Valley. The good news is that I'm up and walking just before 4. In the morning, we got back to the motel. It was still light out, and I crashed hard. I don't know how long I slept, but it was something like 8. And when I woke up, it was 3:30-ish in the morning. I think I'll try to find some coffee. Frank settled down out in the valley. And he hung his wild years on a nail that he drove through his wife's forehead. It still must be 90 degrees out here, just before the coming of the sun. This is Phxx, but with coffee, good food, and slots. What happens in Henderson rarely stays in Henderson. In the current situation, it's getting harder and harder to tell who the bums are. Maybe 17 hours ago, I was sitting on this exact same bench, and I heard a woman's voice from behind me, somewhere over there, and all it said was, "Sir, sir." And without thinking about it, I uttered these words: "I don't think so." And I uttered them without turning around. The voice went away. I don't know what she wanted, but I did know, intuitively, that whatever it wasn't going to do me any good. So who is the bum? Did she want a quarter? Did she want $10 for gas? Or was it me for reflexively responding in a self-interested hobo ethics kind of way. What I know is that in the context of these couple of days down in the brutal heat, I'm not quite the bum, but that's only because I have a key to a room on the 3rd floor. Tomorrow that might not be true. Tomorrow I might be down to stems and seeds myself. Everybody knows that that could be them. And everybody reacts according to their own nature to that knowledge. The people that I have more reason to trust, the people with whom I share a loving familial relationship, they all want to know what's up with me. They all want to know what I'm going to do with myself. They all want to know, to their differing and varying degrees, how they can help to make me happy. But it's impossible to tell them what that is, because to the extent that I've ever been happy or even known what that means, I'm already there. I'm already standing on the ground.